So, Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tan Sajivam Sarvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Trishe Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Karadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Kirtan is going on downstairs, and we are going to have Kirtan of another kind here with the London Zoom today. And we've got here Mohanananda Prabhu, who we're going to humbly ask to try to sit in the picture, because otherwise we can't get everybody in. So we all squash together into the picture. And so here's Mohanananda Prabhu, here is Lavanya Mayi Prabhu, and we're just finishing up a 3-day program festival, almost 25 hours a day of Kirtan, Harikatha, and, well, fasting yesterday and feasting today. So it's been a non-stop program, and Devashish Prabhu is bowing out for today. No problem, he's got some duties, and it's said to Devashish, don't worry, with Mohanananda Prabhu, with Lavanya Mayi Prabhu, and with you all around the world, we'll be happy to continue the Zoom. So I can first of all give you some news. We are in London. Last week, we actually could have done some Zoom, and we were at a house program, a Hindu house program. And it was actually just like, almost like being back in India, because at the beginning of the program, the room was full. But people kept on coming and coming and coming, and the room always stayed full. And just like in India, there's always a place to sit down when people come in. So it was actually a very happy program. Every single person except us was Indian, and then we were the white people, and Indian also, coming to share some Krishna consciousness with them. But one thing, they loved Kirtan, and so they were very happy to have Kirtan in their home. And actually, I think that was the main reason we were there. They wanted to have some good Kirtan, and we talked a little bit. But we talked a little bit. How much was listened to, I honestly don't know. But then they did their traditional arati, and then in true Hindu style, they really looked after the guests and all of the family. So many people were there. And that was last Monday, so that's why we weren't with you as such. And this Monday, today, then all day there's been the program. The noon arati was at 3 o'clock. With prasadam to follow after the kirtan and everything else. So you can understand we've been partying on this side of the world. And they're still singing now downstairs, but devotees are going back to their different countries. And We three will also be going on to Brazil, and next week we'll meet you from Brazil, in fact. Now, it's a London Zoom. Anybody else from London here? They're all chanting Hare Krishna. No, nobody from London. Lavanya Mayi Devi, she's driving the car. Okay, watch the road carefully. There's Rasarati of Italy. She came over for the festival, and she's, I think, been very happy. She told me that this is the first time in her life she's been in such kirtan. So quite a shock. Well, for everybody. We're all still wondering whether we've got something covering our ears because of the loudness of the mridangas playing. This was the invitation. So that's the invitation. And this is the itinerary of the invitation. And so officially it's still going on. 6:45 evening kirtans and 7:30 Chaitanya Charitamrita class. Okay. So anyway, officially it's still going on. But one other thing is, look what we have. We have a new Gaudiya Darshan magazine. Devashish Prabhu, with the help of Rasamoy Pandita Devidasi and of Viraja Devidasi in USA, who's worked for the BBT, been serving in the ISKCON's BBT for some years. And they've brought this together with a little help from their friends. And so we have a 40th anniversary of the deities installation in London, special edition. And we've been trying to read a little bit here and there to see everything that's inside, but it's been a bit too busy. But Devashish has got some beautiful, like, full page pictures. And he's got some historic pictures here too. This is London Math on the west side. So where we are is on the east side today. Tomorrow we'll be on the west side. And this western side London Math, this was signed and sealed the evening before Srila Gurudev disappeared from this world. And personally, I have heard from Gurudev how he said this was his last savor that he'd not done for Guru Maharaj. And he so much was trying to get somewhere close to Heathrow Airport, means giving pressure, means making clear to the devotees, I need somewhere, I want somewhere. And really, I am the witness to how much he was wanting that. And Gurudev, on that, when he saw all the pictures, when they said, well, with this place we will purchase, Gurudev gave green light, everything. And so on the very eve before he disappeared from the world, then that ashram was signed, the official papers, and some other pictures of Gurudev. Here in the London Math, and a beautiful picture of Guru Maharaj from those days. And I haven't had a chance to ask him. It's probably his own photos, his own picture that he's taken is quite possible. Guru Maharaj. Anyhow, it was a joy to see this new edition. Devashish Prabhu, he made the previous editions for Chaitanya Saraswat Math Navadip, the color editions that came out, and now this one has come. So anyhow, this is some news from here, and happy news. And on the back, some very big writing, so I can read it to you if you wish. It says, all the other aspects of the infinite. Okay, so it's a quote from Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakha, Sri Radha Goswami Maharaj. So all the other aspects of the infinite, that is infinite time, infinite space, infinite power, are all external, but infinite love which attracts love and self-surrender, is the highest type of infinite, and that is Krishna. Haribol. So even if we haven't read so much of the content, then at least the pictures and the excerpt on the back, the quote on the back is wonderful. But already, by the way, in the morning program today, which actually lasted from 6 a.m., or as I told you, until 3 p.m. So the morning program was 6 a.m. till 3 p.m. And then lunch, which was, what, lunch was 3:30 or something. Oh, 3:30, yes, lunch. 4 o'clock, well, we're still taking prasad at 4 o'clock. So, but we read, oh yes, there's a short article in here which says 2 shlokas, 2 verses. And it's Srila Govinda Maharaj highlighting 2 verses very beautifully. And I can read it slowly because actually, anyway, I'm going to read just a short part slowly. I'm not reading the whole article. So I'm sorry, I can't have any other way to show you for the translators. But, oh, Harigopal Prabhu has a copy. Maybe he can pass one over to Chaitanya Mayi Devi. I'll read slowly. It's Srila Gurudev saying, oh, okay, I read slowly. But it's a magazine. I can't make the writing bigger, so I have to do the old-fashioned way and put on spectacles. Srila Guru Maharaj wrote, so this is Gurudev saying, Srila Guru Maharaj wrote, I have collected those drops of ecstasy in my Sri Sri Prapanna Jivanamritam book, his book. You take it and taste for yourself just what this is. And then the verse, this is Guru Maharaj's verse in Sanskrit that he's made. Shri Srimad Bhagavat Padambuja Madhu Svadotsavai Shat Padayir Nikshipta Madhu Bindavascha Harito Brashta Mukhat Gunjitai Yatnai Kinchid Iharitang Nija Parashrayo Ritinna Tan Maya Bhuyo Bhuya Ito Rajangshi Pada Shang Lagnani Teshang Bhaje. And so this is found in the Prapana Jivanamritam, the last chapter, the 10th chapter, where Srila Guru Maharaj is summing up what he's given in the Prapana Jivanamritam. In the first chapter, he's explaining what is to come, and in the last chapter, he's giving this as like a sum up. And what Gurudev, what Srila Govinda Maharaj says, I think that this is the highest sloka I have received in my life, and I shall try to explain the meaning. And Gurudev saying, so this is the meaning. In the lotus feet of Bhagavan, in the lotus feet of Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, what? Okay, sorry. In the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Krishna is honey. Okay, so sorry about that. In the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Krishna is honey. The devotees, in a very glorifying way, taste that. And it is not a mere drop of honey, rather it is an ocean. They take that and become very intoxicated. They chant and glorify their Lord, and that honey overflows. A few drops of that come down into this world, and I am quickly collecting those drops of honey and keeping them in a pot. And that pot is Sri Sri Prapanna Jivanamritam. For my benefit and the benefit of the searchers, I am presenting this in book form. You take this and bless me. So Srila Gurudev is giving the meaning there in his own description of the meaning of that verse that Srila Guru Maharaj composed. And then just one more very short paragraph, Gurudev, about this shloka, Srila Gurudev saying, this in a simple way is the meaning of that shloka that we read. And I think that this is the highest shloka I have heard in my life. I am always quoting this, and whenever I have a chance, I include it in a book. So this verse is there. And then another shorter verse, Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj, then saying, this is one of the two shlokas, and shloka means verse, I think, you know, one or so. This verse is one of two verses that I always want to publish and distribute. The second shloka is from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And this verse, quite familiar to many, Krishna Lilamrita Sara Tara Shatta Shatadhara Dashadike Vahe Jaha Hoite Se Chaitanya Lila Hoya Sarovara Akshaya Manno Hangsha Charaha Tahate. And the meaning of this verse is, what is Krishna Lila? Lila means pastimes. What is Krishna Lila? It is the real essence of nectar. It is the gist of sweetness, happiness, and ecstasy. The sweetness of the sweetest thing that can ever be conceived of is represented in Krishna Lila. Then what is Chaitanya Lila? In Chaitanya Lila, that sweet nectar of Krishna Lila is flowing in all 10 directions, in hundreds of streams, as if from a fountain. That fountain is Chaitanya Lila. And then again, just a short paragraph after this, Gurudev saying, and this kind of jumped out at me also, Gurudev saying, all the devotees like to read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And I think all of you who read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, you are nodding and say, yes, we love to read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. This week I got a message from one devotee, and they said that, is it wrong? He said, I'm neglecting some of my devotional duties, but I've become an addict. Oh, an addict, oh my goodness. An addict to reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. They like, can't put it down. So I mean, that was very beautiful expression by a devotee. So Srila Gurudev saying, and he knows, all the devotees like to read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And I have also read it many times. But the meaning is not always apparent to us. The real meaning comes through our service. So we must try wholeheartedly and happily to serve, even though sometimes service may not come so happily to us. Sometimes it may give us pain or difficulty. And then Srila Gurudev does continue, and he does give some examples of difficult service. But we must face everything happily. But this point, how will the meaning, the real meaning of reading Chaitanya Charitamrita comes through our service, not through our brain exercise, etc., but by engaging in service, and what is being read in Chaitanya Charitamrita will manifest to us. So anyhow, sharing a little bit, giving you a preview, and I don't know how you order it. I'm not a salesman. I don't have any shares in the magazine's distribution, but he's Devashish have been distributing this here to the devotees who came, and we had VIP devotees come from different quarters, and Devashish was giving out a bag.
Yeah, with goodies.
What were the goodies?
Yeah, t-shirts.
Louder.
Yeah, he's giving T-shirts, books, some other small gifts for the guests.
What was the small
Special.
gifts?
Oh, I don't know the name. Sticker, car sticker,
Okay.
bookmarker. Yeah, things like this.
Anyhow, very good public relations activities going on. And today, so today is the feasting day, because as you all noticed, I hope you all noticed, yesterday was a fasting day. And then today was the feasting day. And today, from the ISKCON headquarters, the manna given by George Harrison of the Beatles, came one guru representative, older devotee guru representative from the manor to represent ISKCON, the manor, at the gathering here. And came, I think, 7 brahmacharis from Soho Street, ISKCON temple, here in the center of London. And very bright brahmachari, shaved heads, looking very paka. And they came, including the temple president of the ISKCON temple. And this way, they very happy interaction between all of the devotees. And it reminded me actually of Navadip, because Navadip, we have so many temples, means of different branches of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's mission. Of course, we recognize Srila Guru Maharaj as that main continuing trunk, but the trunk of the tree has many branches. And in Navadip, the etiquette is that when a temple is having its own particular festival, in this case here, it's the 40th anniversary of the deity's installation. But if it's the appearance day or the disappearance day of their gurus, for instance, which is unique to their particular temples, then each temple sends some representation from their own temple to give honor to the Vaishnavas who are there and to them, because everyone has a mission, if you like every house in the street here is all being run as a house, but the unity is in service to the Lord, recognition of Chaitanya Charitamrita, recognition of what Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has given. And so this reminded me of Navadip, when the devotees coming from the 2 principal temples, the 2 main temples that Srila Prabhupada came to here, both in Watford Manor and Soho Street, then they came, and with a very beautiful interaction. And of course, they were very happy to receive prasadam from the deities, cooked by a team of, wonderful cooks. And I lost count because I only have 10 fingers. I lost count of the preparations. Okay, so anyway, this is a little introduction to today. But we do have a car full of devotees that we saw a little earlier on. Lavanya Mayi has...
They're all with Hari
Oh, they're there, huh?
They're all with Hari Gopal in the next room.
Who's with Hari Gopal in the next
I
room?
think there's a couple more devotees there.
Okay, well, more devotees are here, it seems. Here's Rasarati Devi Dasi in the car with Lavanya Mayi. There's a team that are heading back now to the West London temple.
You hear us, Maharaj?
Yes, we can hear, and everyone is eager to hear from you.
Maharaj, even if I wasn't driving, I can't, and I'm driving, so I can't. But Rasarati's here. Everyone else is asleep. No,
Everyone else is asleep.
No,
they're
Temple is
not.
not asleep. Sorry. Oh,
Hare
Madhu,
Krishna.
Madhu's awake. But we're not asleep, really. Sorry. Yeah, on the way home.
This is Tunga Rasa Devi Dasi from Norway, who came for the festival. And we've got devotees really who've come just for the festival. Bhakti Lalita came all the way from Thailand just for the festival. And our Italian representation means Rasarati Devi Dasi, and Krishna Kanta Devi Dasi, Munindra Mohan Prabhu. They all came for the festival just for these few days, and they're going back soon. And from Ireland, Subhasini Devi Dasi came, and 2 devotees from Limerick came. Anyway, from round and about. But let Rasarati say a few words, because she can share. She's the one who said, this is the first time I've been in such a kirtan. Maybe she'd like to share some first impressions.
Impression. Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know what to say. Yeah, there were a lot of new devotee for me, but senior devotee, but that I met for the first time. And yeah, it's so beautiful to have their association. Yeah, really, you can feel that they have some value, some substance. Yeah. And yeah, big, beautiful, really beautiful experience. And yeah, I feel very grateful that I
So Rasarati, you've actually frozen. So unfortunately, we're not.
opportunity to join this.
Oh dear. Okay, they're traveling in the car, and so anyhow, somehow they've lost lost the connection. But all is good, and we are here in London with also Mohanananda Prabhu, and he's never really short of a few words. And I think if we ask Mohanananda to speak slowly, because they're translating into Portuguese and into Russian.
Portuguese and
Russian, yes. Here's Mohanananda Prabhu. I hope you can see him. Our lighting is not the best. I can't see.
Hello. Dandavats, Prabhu and Didi.
Okay, little faster.
Okay. Dandavats, Prabhu, ladies and gentlemen. Hello.
Okay, now some Krishna Katha.
Some Krishna Katha.
Yeah.
Okay. What do I know about Krishna? Very interesting chap. Very interesting gentleman. Oh, I see myself. That's a shock enough for me. Okay, we had a most wonderful time today. I don't know how we could express that in emotional terms. It's just unbelievable. The passion, the joy, the exuberance, the absolute dedication of all the servitors, everyone. There must be at least 30 people preparing the prasadam and cooking to make what is really a real feast. Because, you know, most important thing about Krishna consciousness and prasadam, we must kill you with kindness. So we give you so much. Absolutely so much. There was just bucket loads of everything, and everything so tasty. We had a good time, but the prasadam was not the important thing. The important thing was Devashish Prabhu shared a most wonderful conversation about how the deities came and were lost and returned just by the sweet divine desire of our Gurudev. They were found and they were returned, and now they've been looked after. Really, it's unbelievable that a small team of people here have looked after daily, 7 days a week, all year round, 24/7, caring for the deities. And they look so resplendent and grand today. Really beautiful. And Paramananda Prabhu and Krishna Priya Devi from Thailand presented a miniature golden, solid gold flute in honor of the event, 40th anniversary. So that was really nice. If you see the pictures of them now, if Maharaj can post one on screen, you will see the beautiful flute. It really is quite astounding work. And the deities were just captivating. People were standing because the deities actually face the street. I don't know if any one of you have been to the London temple. It's the first time for me in this temple because the last time I came here with Gurudev in 1992 was in another temple. Oh yes, sure, the flute. Solid gold.
But solid gold, but handmade
Yes, she
by
made it.
Krishna Priya.
She made it
Yeah.
herself. Yep. And I carried it and I brought it from Thailand for them as their honorary gift. So when the deities actually faced the street. So throughout the proceedings today, there were people just coming up to the street, giving pranams, mumbling their prayers to themselves, nodding, and then going off. Just a stream of people doing that. And it was just the fact that they know that here in this street, there is a temple with the deities of Radha Krishna and Mahaprabhu all there for them. So they don't even have to come in. They can just stand outside, acknowledge, seek their prayers, seek their benediction, and go off to work and do whatever they had to do. So that was quite interesting to watch that. But inside we had a huge program. Some brahmacharis came from the ISKCON temple to acknowledge the event. And they put on a good performance of kirtan and dancing. And we had from America, Raiki Shori and Sudarshan. And also Prabhu that I had not seen for a long time,
Yes.
playing the Mudanga. What was his name? Dayanidhi Prabhu. That's it.
From here,
Bingo,
from
yeah.
London. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And boy, they put on a kirtan. The place was rocking. We were jumping, singing. It was just, I mean, like really, place was on fire. Everybody was just having a great time. Thoroughly enjoyed. And then, of course, we had, the puja, and we did all of that big aarti lamp. And then after all of that, we sat down and ate prasadam together and sharing stories about the London temple. I wish you guys were here. Unfortunately, we can't all be at the same place, but I hope through my imagery and Maharaj's sharing that you get an idea of what it was like to be here. It was fantastic. Did I speak slow enough?
Good.
Regular speed?
Good. Very good.
See, I can be well behaved.
I'm the monster. I'm the monster, don't worry.
Nothing's changed in 40 years.
Nothing changed in 40 years, right? And here's Ananda Swarupini Devi Dasi, and she's a Londoner
She's a Londoner.
who speaks perfect Italian. We feel she should be in Italy, but the Londoners won't have it. Here, can you come a little closer, please?
I'll move a little aside. Yeah, let's just swap places. That'll make it
Okay.
easier. Okay, go. Great. Right. Go on, then do the spiel.
Yes, a few words.
Roundabout,
Yes.
everyone. Yeah, hard to summarize in language how the festival was. Incredible experience, always coming together. I feel like my words won't really do justice of everything, and I think lots of parts will also miss. We have good recording systems now where we hear the classes going on, but the great thing is it has been recorded and online for us to catch later if we need, because sometimes when we're in different rooms and things like that, we miss some bits. But how to summarize?
And where would it be online? It's my question.
Okay, so on YouTube we'll be on Bhakti Connect, and that's as much as I know. I just know the YouTube department. Bhakti Connect would be a channel, yeah. So I don't know if you know anymore. Well, today I'll say about today. I mean, we had amazing Sankirtan Saturday, and I had the very good fortune to be able to host a few devotees at my parents' place, which was a kind of Gurudev miracle that happened that way. Parents have lived near the temple my whole life, and it's so I was fortunate to be able to do that. Really happy. And then today there was something. My Krishna conscious journey started in ISKCON, And there was something, and I stayed a little bit there, and there was something about having loads of ISKCON devotees with us here in our home. So it started with ISKCON, and then it came to this mat years ago. I kind of was coming to this mat a lot. And having everybody together, look at the people, was really, really something quite magical. It's so not just symbolic, but real, actually being one big family, Krishna conscious aspirations, all the memories and people really together, home. This is my home. And it's also like for me, the home I actually grew up in this area. So many facets of home all together in this little Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, which is the best place in the world. I can't really, do justice to summarize this. Come and visit, and we serve together. We're just grateful to have Gauranga guiding the ship. And thank you all.
Hare Krishna. And she came from Derby. She's studying in Derby, so that's also quite a journey to come here for the festivals and programs. And why she's so happy that her parents put up some devotees, because her parents weren't always accepting the path to accept Krishna consciousness. As we all know, it can be difficult. And Prahlad Maharaj found that out too. Yesterday was Nrsingadev's appearance day. Well, there's a very big example. So compared with that, any difficulties we have with our families, they must be considered as very small. But anyway, this is why she pointed that out, that it was very happy for her, like broke the ice, that her parents actually invited, said, oh, people, two devotees stayed with you? Three. Who stayed with you?
Lavanya Didi, and then yesterday someone Yuvati stayed, also Namakriya. There have been swaps and turns and twists.
Okay, so her parents got to meet various devotees. And here on my left, there is Lavanya Mayi Prabhu. And so now he's a veteran of Thailand, he's a veteran of Brazil, of Thailand, and of Italy. And now he's been in London.
Yeah.
Or is in London right now.
Okay, so Dandava Pranams, all of you. For me, it's a new experience also to be in London for the first time, and such an honor to be with the senior devotees, with me as a newborn baby, really immature, don't know anything, and to be with this whole life service, the devotees that serve the whole life, full dedication, and really it's a great honor for me and the new generation, all newcomers, the new devotees, taking this, trying to get some of this spirit of the whole life service. And it's such a beautiful mood that everyone here has, and everyone always available to serve. And it's really impressive because it's always the mind always in service, and doesn't really matter anything, just service. And it's really beautiful to be in association with them and to listen to the real teachings of our masters, Srila Maharaj, Srila Govinda Maharaj, the essence of everything, the essence that everything that we need. And here's Srila Maharaj, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math ashram, and this is the real. And to be here in this place, so many things happen here, so many extraordinary things, and this is the most visited place. Srila Govinda Maharaj is the most visited place when he became in this world tour. Every time that he passed here and stayed for a few days, and really such a amazing energy, amazing feeling to be here and to be part of this. It's such a good honor, and for the future, as a new generation to carry all these teachings by their grace. If they allow me to carry a bit this, then I can share with everyone. It's really amazing. And here our master, our Gurudev, Madhusudan Maharaj, always taking care of us and giving everything that we need, and we keep going forever. Jai.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so London Zoom, please ask us a question. You don't have to ask me a question. Hari Gopal Prabhu is here in London too. He is translating live for the Russian section, and he is in Srila Gurudev's living room, the room where Gurudev gave darshan, and where mostly the devotees met Gurudev in that room. And we here are in Gurudev's bedroom. In fact, this where we are is his bedroom. So it's a very small place, but it is filled with Gurudev, the feeling of Gurudev and Kirtan, etc., etc. And I am amazed by the neighbors, I just have to say, because they don't hold back in their Kirtans, and they don't hold back even 6 o'clock in the morning, even 9:30 at night. But the neighbors, somehow or another, they've been won over by the Harinam Sankirtan. And Devashish was a great storyteller. Sorry he's not with us this evening, but he has told stories of different neighbors at different times and things that have taken place here. But Krishna has protected and looked after, and really we get a good mood from the neighbors. But a question, would anyone like to ask a question? Maheshwari Devi Dasi, on the other side of the pond in the USA.
Dandavats, Maharaj, and all devotees. I don't think I so much have a question, but I have a story.
Okay. We like stories.
All right. Well, I'm pretty much alone here in Wisconsin. I don't know any devotees around me, but as you know, I travel to California and I'm coming very soon to Italy. But I have been studying painting for a number of years. And I'm in a class with people that have been also involved. And last week we were studying a painter from India who a lot of his paintings really do draw on the Vedas. And I was very like, I don't know what to paint. I don't know what to paint. And I was just relaxing one day and meditating. And like this idea just came into my head about painting Mahaprabhu. And I thought, oh boy, I don't know if that's appropriate. But in my meditation, the message came, if it flows, it's appropriate. So I did it. And when I turned the painting in, I wrote the story of Mahaprabhu. And in class on Saturday, my teacher started the hour by saying, what an amazing painting and story. Will you please read it to everyone out loud? And one of my friends who actually lives just north of London, who's in the class, texted me later and said that when I read that story, she felt a direct blessing from Mahaprabhu. So what I learned from this is that even though I feel like I don't get a lot of opportunity to share or go preaching, that perhaps through my artwork, it can be a vehicle for sharing. So anyway, I was very honored by that.
And energized, I believe.
Yes, I was.
And the other evening here, then, the other evening somewhere, no, it was here. It was a very quiet evening up to a certain point. Like hardly anybody had come. And then, when hardly anyone is there, then often I put on an audio. I just basically listened to myself and tried to share something with somebody else. But then 3 or 4 of the not devotees, but interested people from the neighborhood who know of the temple, 3 or 4 of them came. And then as soon as there's somebody like to talk to or who wants to hear, who actually wants to hear something, and then suddenly we find ourselves that, oh yes, we've got energy and we've got some life. So you've got a similar experience with the paintings, and it is good. Look at our heart, think what we're doing, and however we can express something to let people know about Mahaprabhu and to know about the origin of beauty. Because of course, when you started your story, I didn't know where it was going to go. But often we see artists, they're painting something very beautiful. But what is the origin of this beauty? And look at the artist work in the sky every day. And it's always unique, and everybody's seeing it from a different angle. And similarly with the flowers, similarly with the mass, means the forest and the valleys and everything else, made up of millions and billions of jiva souls. But it's all art, and it's the origin is coming from Krishna. So I thought you were going to perhaps be saying about the beauty side of it. But that beauty side of it can be expressed, and then some message put there. Where is that origin of the beauty? And this quote on the back of the magazine, perfect, it sums this up. I mean, all other aspects of the infinite time, infinite space, infinite power, are all external, but infinite love, which attracts love and self-surrender, is the highest type of infinite. And that is Krishna. So in the realm of like the beauty side, we can also try to use art with some message, like you did. You didn't just draw a figure or paint a figure, you gave some message. So well done.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Yes.
Who knows? You could be a very good sharer of such incidents again. Keep painting, keep writing, don't stop.
I will. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
And Audarya Leela Devidasi over in Ireland on a journey to somewhere.
Dandavat.
You're in a car or something? No?
I'm in the car while Matya is sewing, repairing something, and I'm on the Zoom here. I'm just sitting here. It's a nice day, and Matya is under the car doing something, repairing Maharaj. Journey.
A car with character.
Yeah, it was amazing to hear you, Maharaj, about All Story London Festival. It's just how it's happened. It's so happily to hear it. I would love to that all this festival could just teleport to Dublin for a couple of hours at least. It would be amazing. But
Well,
to hear it about it also amazing.
Well, just yesterday, not actually today, yesterday, then Subhasini informed me, they're in Ireland, you're in Ireland, and she informed me that I can mention on the Zooms that we still have 10 places vacant, which isn't a lot. I mean, because before we were keeping it quiet, just going by word of mouth, for Kintegan Ireland retreat. And they did these before COVID, and then again going to do this COVID, this retreat after COVID. It's in a rural place, and so we can share that information with all of you now. We have 5 spaces left in the dormitory and 5 places left in tents. And it's Ireland, so just keep that in mind if you're volunteering for a tent. In other words, Ireland is famous for rain.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Not always. Okay, I'll tell you, seeing as we're mentioning it, I'll let you know the dates. I hope I can let you know the dates, but
Yeah,
maybe.
it's beginning of August, Vasiniti told me.
Ah, okay, I'll have to let you know the dates in a minute because I don't have them readily on the computer.
Oh, it's when the first.
Okay, yeah, well, many thinking, but we need to give an exact date
Yeah.
if people are going to know. So just 1 second, I do have the phone here, and we're saying August, right?
Yes.
Correct.
June, July, August. Oh, yes, so it's the nights of the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of August. And then some of us are going on down to Limerick, to the new ashram that is there. But I can't make an invitation there because I've not yet been authorized. It means I don't know what they're doing. But for those 3 nights, which is Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, then there is going to be a festival, which means that during the day. So here we just had a 3-day festival. There it will be a 3-day festival. Similar kind of thing, but in a different environment. Here we are in London, very much in London, and there is going to be the countryside, very much the countryside, but already some plans for those who like to walk, for some idea of some like circular walks with some descriptions of places in Navadip, this kind of thing, so that we can make everything as Navadip centered. Our home is Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math of Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. What Guru Maharaj established, what Gurudev gave all assistance to and developed and protected, etc. That Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math. That's the home of all of our devotees' hearts within our family. They have given us that beautiful life, the life of devotional service, shown how to live, what to do, how to manage all kinds of situations individually, how to get across obstacles on the journey, how to try to avoid obstacles on the journey. But Chaitanya Saraswat Math, truly a wonderful retreat. And today also, earlier in the day, we started the day reading that Srimad Chaitanya Saraswat Math Udgita Kirti Jai Shrim. This verse that Guru Maharaj composed in 1941, while on the banks of the Ganges, he'd just begun Chaitanya Saraswat Math with a thatched hut. But the translation in English is one of those special translations that Srila Gurudev himself took maybe a week to adjust the wording day by day with myself and with Sagar Maharaj. That time Sagar Maharaj was very prominent, a very strong sannyasi preacher, and for the publications of the books, he was very careful. And Gurudev handcrafted that wording, and it is what Guru Maharaj and Gurudev expect of the residents of the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, what he expects of the mood of the residents, as well as what is Chaitanya Saraswat Math. And Chaitanya Saraswat Math is really such glorious place. And as everything spiritual, we have to filter the external and whatever things we may see on the surface from the internal. And this we always stress, obviously in Vrindavan, when people go today to Vrindavan, where you go. Vrindavan of Krishna Lila is not concrete buildings, and it is monkeys. Okay, the monkeys are still there, but it's not concrete buildings and lots of external things, motorcycles and hooting of horns. So then in Vrindavan, obviously you have to look beyond what is on the surface. But in Navadip also, we must look, even though the surface is so beautiful externally, we must also look beyond the surface. And what Srila Guru Maharaj gave in that shloka, and how Srila Gurudev so carefully gave the English, then it is very good for us to understand that the home of our heart is Chaitanya Saraswat Math. We've got a a real shelter in the upper world. And wherever we are, we can be a member, a practicing devotee, member of Chaitanya Saraswat Math. So again, not coming to physical location, but coming to the whole essence of the Math. So in Kintigan, in Ireland, for that retreat, already we have some plan how it will be the daily program, like in Chaitanya Saraswat Math, that whoever comes, must attend, the morning program, evening program. It's not a retreat to go to, just relax in the countryside. It's a retreat to get the feel of the mat, life in the mat, and by doing some walks and walks with some purpose behind them for reminding us about places in Navadip, the Leela of Mahaprabhu, about Chaitanya Saraswat Math, then we hope to oops, sorry, we lost you for a moment. If you like, I can read that.
Maharaj,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt. Who would everyone get in contact about the places for the retreat? So, obviously they have to book in.
Yes, Subhasini. Is she in the car with you?
No, she's not. I'm sorry. She's at the temple already, I think.
Okay, well, we'll have to ask Subhasini, actually.
Yeah. Well, they could always contact Saraswati or myself or
Yes, contact
any
you.
of the devotees in Ireland or.
Well, Subhasini is the coordinator.
Yes, but I mean the devotees that are on this group. Oh, well, next week, isn't it? Even could we won't. Oh, you see them at other times on other Zooms.
They could let me know also if they're interested, and then in the meantime, I'll find out, and then we'll can forward that information.
Okay. Yeah.
To her. Okay, now, sorry, I don't have everything open on the computer, so I just need to open Kirtan Guide, 10th edition. The 11th edition is underway, dear devotees. Okay, so we've got it on the mobile phone. So bring you all back so I can see you. Okay. Okay, so the verse, Srimad Chaitanya Saraswat Matavara Urgita Kirti Jayashring Bibrat Sambati Gangatata Nikata Navadipa Koladri Raje Jatrashi Gaura Saraswata Mata Nirata Gaura Gata Grinanti Nityang Rupanuga Shri Kritamati Guru Gauranga Radha Jitasha. And the translation, as I said, this translation, Gurudev very happily prepared this by hand, with Sagarmash indeed, but he prepared it by hand and adjusted many things. And when it was finished, he was very happy and passed the paper over with all his own handwriting over, and passed that paper over happily across the table and said, from now on, this will be the translation to use for this. Pranam Shloka to the mat, composed by Guru Mark. So this is Gurudev's words, his own handmade translation. In the holy abode of transcendental touchstone, Sri Navadip Dham, the self-same Sri Vrindavan, in the land of Koladip, whose inner identity is the king of mountains, Sri Govardhan, near the charming shores of the holy river Bhagirathi, who delivers all the fallen souls, stands that grand and glorious king of all temples, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math. So that's the first line. And then the expansion of the second line is, in that beautiful retreat, the surrendered devotees whose lives are the message of Sri Gaura are eternally absorbed in the loving service of the Divine Master, the Golden Lord Gauranga, and the loving Lord Sri Govinda Sundar, with his consort Srimati Gandhava, accompanied by all their beloved associates. So that's what the residents of the Math are doing. And with hearts always filled with good hope to attain the grace of the Lord, following faithfully in the line of Sri Sri Rupa and Raghunath, who are the storekeepers of the unlimited treasure of pure, sweet love divine, those surrendered souls ever sing the unending glories of the transcendental name and qualities of the most magnanimous, original, supreme Lord, Sri Sri Gauranga Sundar. That's one line, and then that's the third line, and then the last line. Indeed, the hearts of all beings, moving and still, marvel in the glory of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, as they take shelter in the soothing, affectionate shade of the victory flag that flies aloft and sings wholeheartedly to the world the ever-expanding renown of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math. Bearing that banner of all transcendental benedictions, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math ever shines resplendent in all its divine magnificence. Hare Krishna. So this is where you are living, each of you, with your heart's aspiration and consciousness. This is our aspiration, to have that kind of nature that Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj, as you heard just now, are expecting of us. So we have a lot of work to do, each of us, to keep our consciousness in the right channel, carefully in the channel, as guided by, as we heard, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, as we heard, Srila Guru Maharaj, as we heard, Srila Gurudev. So this way, this is part of our today's program, and reminding ourselves always, it's not the buildings, it's not anything of the physical world, but the savor, the service, and the mood of our activities. We cannot we cannot blame others, we cannot do anything. And the opposite, we must give gratitude everywhere where we've got anything which has given us some lesson in our devotional life. So anyways, this, just to sum up, you know, we're in London, and it is the London Zoom, so we're trying to represent something. I mean, a beautiful festival. Everybody, the local people, the devotees who've come a long way to be here, like everybody, they're all expressing their joy. Their joy means spiritual joy, happiness. And by the way, I've met devotees that I've not met for, as I was reminded, 47 years. One was 47 years, another 43 years. And the president of the ISKCON temple, here, the Soho Street temple, he wasn't even born when I went to that temple. So, and he's 43 years old, so anyway. And everybody's so polite, and as Ananda Sarupini was saying, such sweet interaction. And it's good to see Vaishnava etiquette taking place. And we saw that in Navadip Chaitanya Saraswat Math. Vaishnava etiquette between the temples, between the older and younger, between the different devotees, and always respect. Whether older to younger, always respect. Okay, good. Okay, so we'd better continue. We've got some call, and always things are going on, and things are going on right now, good things. And well, also other things are going on. People are dying right now as we speak also. I mean, really, as we speak, we've got one devotee. preparing to leave their body, not in the temple, thankfully, but this is just another wake-up call of things, and this is what's been calling just now. So we'll give attention here, and now the program still is continuing downstairs. We're going to join that. And I don't know who is in the room with Hari Gopal Prabhu. The mouse. Huh? Savalokanath and
It was, I don't know.
okay, some devotees are there. So we'll go downstairs and rejoin there. But we'll be sad to leave you all behind. But we're going to go downstairs and we won't have internet. I'm sorry. And we'll continue our evening program. But good to see you all. And Savitri Devi Rasi. It will be good to know how you're all doing there, but not at this time. We'll have to communicate. They're also having challenges to keep their house. Oh dear. All sorts of troubles in this world, but we are devotees. We leave everything to Krishna. And there is another quote in here I read today, and I didn't read much of this, but there's, whatever book we read, when we first get it, we sort of do devour it. And there was another beautiful quote here. I won't find it just now, but there are lots of things to share in the future. And let's see if we can find a way how you can order these. They may be possible by digital, Amazon. I do not know. We'll have to inquire to Devashish. It's a question for him. Okay, dear devotees. So we hope that we've been able to stand in for Devashish a little bit. And Lavanya Mayi Devi has reached the West London temple where the sun is shining. And they've all got home safely. All right, that's the ceiling of the entrance hall where the shoes are. All right, Jai, wonderful Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai, wonderful Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rock Sri Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai, wonderful Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. And Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Vaga ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. All the present day Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Vrinda ki Jai. All the assembled devotees ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. And so good to see you all one by one.
Jai Srila Bhakti Radha Maharaj ki Jai.
But good to see you all, and those who don't have your microphones on, your cameras on, also to see your names. And Jadu Gopal Prabhu, you did a great job here, upgrading the bathrooms. Really a very good job. So many devotees did so many things to get the ashram here and on both sides of London ready for this festival. And they've done so much and they're doing so much. And so we appreciate the effort of everybody indeed. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuvya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you, Chaitanya Mayi Devi Rasi and Hari Gopal Prabhu, our translators. We worked you hard this week. Please excuse. Hare Krishna. Well done, everybody. Ashchi. Amra Ashchi.